What's up? Happy New Year. It's been a long time. I really wanted to make a commitment to not only myself, but to you guys this year to just upload more content. And actually over on my Instagram, I had a few polls up to see what you guys wanted, and you guys all said you wanted to see like multiple weekly uploads and vlogs and tons of different mom videos and videos that have nothing to do with being a mom, and just kind of like a mix of everything. So I really want to do my best to connect with you guys. Last year, I really concentrated a lot of my time to my business and to being on Instagram a lot more. So I sort of neglected my YouTube a little bit. For those of you who don't know, some of you have been with me for a really long time. Some of you, I guess, have no idea. Maybe you're new, and if you are, hello, welcome. I actually am a health and fitness coach, so my entire business is basically run over on Instagram. And so I do that first, and then YouTube and other stuff comes slowly afterwards. But I am back, and I'm gonna really try really hard to do 2 videos a week, but no matter what, there will be at least 1 video up every single week. So I'm gonna try to pre-film a few videos just so that way I can make sure that I have enough content up in case my schedule gets too busy and I don't have enough time to film. Plus, with the sun not being up a lot anymore because of wintertime, it's just, I don't have a whole lot of time to film because I definitely prefer filming with natural light. And like, obviously you can see right now, it's starting to get low. So I'm in front of a window. The sun is probably gonna adjust throughout this video, but that is why. But just so you know, I didn't really feel like drying my hair much because being in Florida for so long, I've grown to dislike using blow dry and just letting my hair naturally air dry. Anyway, that is gonna take us into what our video is about. If you are new here and you have no clue who I am and you just clicked on this video because you wanna know why the heck I left and moved out of Florida, then keep watching. I do talk a lot, so if you don't like that, you might not like me. But if you do like me, click that subscribe button, and we'll just go from there and we'll be best friends. A lot of you guys have noticed that last year we lived in Orlando, Florida, and now we are currently in St. Louis, Missouri, which is misery. But a lot of you, I guess, who follow me on Instagram, or just noticed that my content hasn't really been a lot of like Disney content or whatever anymore, have just kind of wondered why. And I sort of gave, I guess, like a miniature explanation over on my Instagram post. It was this picture right over here. I'll put it right here so that you guys know which one it is if you want to go and read that. I just kind of wanted to like go in depth a little bit more, explain everything that happened. So I've recorded some videos talking about us moving to Orlando and why we were moving, and it had literally been something that was kind of in the process for us for a few years, really. And then we moved. So we actually moved to Orlando on January 11th last year. And as you all know, global pandemic hit and decided to just ruin everything for everybody. So basically, everything down there in Florida shut down in March, and it was more towards, I guess, like the end of March, almost April, I guess. It wasn't like right away down in Florida, and everybody accused everybody in Florida for spreading everything, but that's not the point. The point is, a lot of stuff got shut down out there, and so we actually had gone down to Florida with some savings that we had, and we used all of that to move everything that we had across the country, using like our deposits for our apartment and making sure we had enough in our apartment for that. And I'm glad that we did have that because it definitely helped out for a few months. But once COVID happened, my husband actually lost his job. Nothing really changed for us. Like, I started homeschooling my son in October of 2019, and then I had already been working from home coaching. So nothing really got like uprooted for us. We were still able to like go swimming and like go to the beach and kind of do a few things down in Orlando, and still do parks and stuff like that. But then once things really started to shut down, and then my husband was like kind of forced to stay home because there was no restaurants open. Anybody who was having any restaurant food at all was getting basically everything like Ubered in. And so he basically got, you know, a pretty nice vacation, which it was really nice for us because my husband is one of those people that just works so much that he really needed a break. And he is one of those people that does not like taking a vacation because, I don't know, some people don't like vacations. I prefer to live on vacation. He prefers to never have one. So, you know, about 2 months went by and he was finally able to kind of get back into his job, but then it was just so slow that it was just really not enough for us to get by. Me coaching, it was enough to like help us out, but it wasn't enough to fully carry us like completely for the few months that he was out of a job. And so we stayed for a few more months, and then Disney opened back up because Disney World closed, and then Disney opened back up, and we seriously had the time of our lives because lines and waiting, it was like 5-minute waits. It was seriously way cleaner in Disney World and safer in Disney World than it was basically going to Walmart. We thoroughly enjoyed everything because we didn't know what was going to happen or, you know, when our world was really going to get back to normal. And so then like a few weeks had gone by and his work up here in St. Louis called him and they were like, hey, we are constantly busy. Can you come back to work? And he was like, well, I kind of live in Florida. Like, I'm not close to you. And they knew that before. But I guess they had just really wanted him back. And then we decided, actually, it was really hard to keep a lot of it from you guys. Over on Instagram, since I basically share like my whole day and my whole life over on my Instagram stories. And I kind of like, he's never really on my social media. He doesn't like social media. He doesn't want to be on the camera. He doesn't really like being in pictures in front of everybody. Like, he just doesn't like that. So I don't really share a lot with him regardless, but I knew that my mood had changed when I was sharing things. So I told everyone that he was just working out of town for 2 months. And basically what he was doing, he had actually come back up here just so that I could get things ready down in Florida to move us back up here. So he came up here in September and started working back at his job up here. And then he was just, you know, like, well, I mean, obviously we had money in the bank and everything, but like, he was just kind of trying to get things ready up here for us to come back. And I was down in Florida packing up everything and trying to declutter like my entire life. Basically, we lived here and the house is still full of like my grandma's things. And so when we moved, my mom decided to sell her house. And then her and my brother came to live here. Well, then we decided to come back here. My brother was like, hey, you know, it's probably just like the smartest thing to do is just move in with us for right now until you guys find a house or an apartment or whatever out back up here. And I was like, okay, or until we at least figure out what we're going to do. And because it wasn't even like a thing of like, okay, we're going back to St. Louis forever. It was more of a COVID kind of messed everything up. So we need to go back and save up money and then figure out what we're going to do, whether that be move back down to Florida next year or get an RV and just travel full time or get a house up here and then just have vacations and stuff. And then we were still trying to figure some things out, like really what we're going to do. I immediately started feeling pretty awful and depressed, like the day after we got back home. I really didn't want to leave. I fell in love with Florida. I fell in love with the people that are down there, the culture. Like, there's literally just so much down there that we never experienced or never saw when we would just go on like Disney trips, because we would never like really go outside of Disney other than like going to the beach. We wouldn't really, you know, go shopping to the grocery store or just go walking to the park or whatever. Being down there, like, it just really kind of put a lot into perspective, and it really made me realize that whatever it is that my destiny or whatever it is, or, you know, wherever God is wanting to move us, like, we had to fully trust him. And moving to Florida was an insane leap of faith, like insane leap of faith. And I know that like nothing surprises God whatsoever. And so he knew this was coming. I still felt led to go move down to Florida basically at the beginning of a pandemic. And I don't regret it at all. It was so much fun. I literally had an immense amount of growth, like personal growth, our relationship growth, just in general, like mentally. Like I was just so happy when we moved down there. I was able to get away from a lot of negativity and it was almost like there was like this big blanket, like this big cloak of negativity around me living here. And then once I moved, hearing all of these people, well, you shouldn't move or you're not going to make it or whatever, like all of these doubts and all of these, like, I don't know if it was jealousy or just they didn't believe in me or they were truly just being rude and negative. Like, it was awful. It was an awful feeling, but it made me realize once I got down there, it just lifted. Like all of that negative just lifted off of me and I felt so good. So it definitely changed me and made me feel very completely different. And once we moved back, I immediately started feeling like that doubt is going to come in, the negativity, the judgment, like all of these things are going to come back. And that was a huge reason I didn't want to move back. Like I cried before we came back home because I was like, a lot of the people that are here, and I don't know if you might feel the same with this, like wherever you are watching this from, there's something about when you live in the same place your entire life and you grow up with these people, whether it's family, friends, neighbors, people at church or people at the store or people, at your school or the park or, just in general, like the people in your neighborhood, the people that you're around your entire life, sometimes we get so comfortable that we're terrified to walk outside of this little bubble that we've built ourselves. That was a really big thing for me. I have always felt like I just had needed something bigger. I've always felt that I've had a bigger calling. It's really hard to try to find your purpose and your calling and your happiness when so many people are telling you how dumb you are or how you shouldn't do something or how they don't think that something is right for your life. And once I moved, I realized that I am not here to make anybody happy except for God. Like, He is the only one that I have anything to prove to. It doesn't matter if you are watching this thinking that I'm some crazy Disney fanatic who, I don't know, who's like privileged or whatever because, well, she got to move to Florida. Yeah, I did, but I got to move to Florida because we made that happen. Like, it wasn't luck that did that. Like, I had a lot of people say, oh, you're so lucky you live in Florida. Oh, I can't stand the snow, or oh, I hate where I live. I've literally hated where I've lived my whole life. And so finally we took that massive leap and we moved and it was amazing. My 2020 was pretty awesome. Like I'm very happy with it. I'm so happy with my 2020. We came home and we've had some trials and it's definitely been harder here. It's been harder here than it was in Florida. And I don't know if that's because we're closer and surrounded by people that, maybe don't always speak the nicest things or speak the most positive things around us or about us or to us or whatever. It's just a journey. It's a big journey of learning and growing, and we're definitely not going to be here forever. I can say that 100% because I don't know what this year is going to hold. But last year was pretty awesome. So if I can top last year, then I'll be pretty happy. I have a lot of things planned for this year. I have a lot of things in store. I hope this kind of shown. I think it's shone a light. I'm a shine a light is what I'm trying to say, but I hope it did for you. I hope that's what, anyway. Basically, COVID ruined everything for us to have to move, but COVID made us appreciate things more, which made things okay. COVID was the reason we had to move back because of money. Money was the reason we had to come back. If COVID wouldn't have happened, we would 100% still be in Florida. I definitely miss it for sure. I miss the church that we started going to. I miss the people that I met down there. Obviously, I miss Disney World so much. The weather, for sure. I decided that I'm going to try as hard as I possibly can to live this year with one, going with the flow, but two, just being happy and positive. I was so happy in Florida with just the sunshine makes you happy. So that's why we moved. I really appreciate you guys reaching out to me and still tagging along and following me. And I know that I haven't been super consistent on here, but you guys have still helped grow my channel. You guys have stuck by my side, and I want you guys to know me more. So if you guys want to go follow me over on Instagram, I'm there literally every single day talking on my stories. I've made a few reels. Don't do IGTV that much because it's basically like editing and doing YouTube. So I haven't done much of that. I am over there constantly. So if you guys want to go over there and follow me, connect with me, message me, we can chat, we can talk, we can be friends. And please subscribe and give this video a thumbs up because it's been a while and this is like the perfect video to enter in the new year. I have an idea to do an Instagram like pics decides my day. So go over to Instagram and make sure you're subscribed and following my stories because I'm going to put polls up on there this weekend. My bad. But thanks. Have a great year, guys. Happy 2021. We are back in business. Bye.